Sam Logue here for Green Blood Boxing. Absolutely delighted to be joined by the one and only, the main man himself, Jason Quigley. Jason, thank you so much for giving me a bit of your time. I really do appreciate it. Before I come on to you, which I really do want to do, I've been wanting to talk to you for a long time. Your teammate Paddy Donovan just got a first round KO here at the FEILE Festival. Just talk me through it, and I mean, how do you feel? I mean, you must be absolutely buzzing for him, but talk me through the fight itself. What did you make of it?
Yeah, it was short and sweet by Paddy. You know, he's a massive talent, got a lot of potential, can really go the whole way in the sport, and he's proven it every fight. So he's in there, he's taking care of business. I see everything that he's doing in the gym. Him and Andy's working immensely together, and you know, he's doing everything that he's told. As soon as he gets into that ring, he's proving it and showing it, and yeah, he's coming out on top class so far. Yeah, absolutely.
How much is he coming on in the gym, and how much of that is down to Andy Lee? I mean, I know that you've been singing Andy Lee's praises. I mean, I think it's very hard not to. Even you can see with things like getting the kind of the DAZN contract and stuff, people are, even if they didn't know, they're starting to recognise that Andy Lee is one of the great brains in the game, I think. So what has he brought to the table for Paddy, in your opinion?
Well, you know, Andy has put his belief in Paddy, because Paddy's the first boxer Andy that has took under his wing, and you know, they do work brilliantly well together. Andy has obviously seen in early doors the potential, how far he can go in this sport. You know, looking at Paddy, he does have the full package. Like, good movement, good hand speed, good power. You know, and under Andy's guidance, I think he can go, as I said earlier, you know, I really do believe he can go the full way. And, you know, it's a matter of just staying disciplined now, getting in there, doing what he's doing now in the ring, taking care of business. And, yeah, he's really looking well so far in his career.
Yeah, he really, really is. I have to say, like, every time he fights, he looks more and more impressive. He really is one for the future, and maybe not even the too distant future. I mean, he really is stepping up the levels quickly. I mean, you could probably throw him in with guys a bit higher ranked and stuff, and he'd hold his own, if not win the fights now. It really does seem that way. Let's move on to you a little bit, because obviously you're one of the biggest names in Irish boxing. I mean, just off the back of a big win against Shane Mosley Jr. on a matchroom card, which is obviously probably debatably the biggest promotion in the world at the moment, you know, with Eddie shouting his mouth off, etc. So, I mean, just talk to me about that win, first of all. It was a great fight. I feel like you came into the fight really well after a few rounds. How'd the fight go for you, and how was that victory for you, and where are you going from here?
Yeah, you know, that was a great fight. I was out of the ring for a long time, you know, probably coming up about 18 months out of the ring, obviously because of COVID and different things like that. So it was great to get in there. Shane Mosley Jr. is a great name, first off.
Yeah, exactly.
On DAZN, big matchroom card, and yeah, to go the distance as well with the WBO, NABO title on the line as well. It was great to pick up a title, to go the distance after being that long out of the ring. And it was ideal, really. You know, it was a perfect fight. It was a close fight. You know, I believed I had probably 2 to 3 rounds up on him. When I heard the first score, then a draw, I was like, jeez, you know, he was the hometown fighter. He's from Vegas. His dad's a big name. I thought, oh, are they going to, you know, sway it in his favour because of all that? But no, I think they seen, you know, the skill and who wanted it more as well near the end of the fight. And yeah, I really enjoyed that fight, and you know, pushing on now to big things. We're hoping for a world title shot very, very shortly. Yeah.
So is the target Demetrius Andrade at middleweight?
Yeah, big time. You know, my team is in touch with me, and Demetrius have, you know, accepted everything online. The two of us have agreed it, and you know, we're like, let's get it on. And we left it down to our promoter. Obviously mine's Golden Boy Promotions, and then his with Eddie and Matchroom. So, you know, I don't see why not this fight cannot be made, because this fight over on the East Coast, he's an East Coast man himself. I believe, though, that I'd be the hometown favourite on the East Coast with all Irish, New York, Boston. You get any one of those venues on that side of the water, you know, we'll pack it out, no problem at all.
Yeah, I believe so as well, absolutely. It's a tough fight, though, it has to be said, right? Demetrius he hasn't really put a foot wrong. I mean, you could criticise his performances maybe at times, but he's beaten a lot of good fighters. He's a multi-weight world champion. How do you go into a fight like that? I mean, obviously he's defeated one of our fellow Irishmen and a fellow middleweight of yourself, Luke Keeler, in fairly good fashion. So talk to me about maybe how you might go about that fight.
Look, Demetrius is a world-class operator. I seen him for the first time in the Chicago World Championships. I think he was 69 kgs at the time. He went on and won them. I thought he was unbelievable. You know, I really looked up to him as a fighter back then. Obviously, I was amateur too at the time, and I really looked up to him as a fighter then. I thought he was world-class, which he is. And then he turned professional, won a world title at 154, and I'd always my eye on him. And then once he moved up to middleweight division, I was like, geez, this would be a great fight at some time. Now it's become a very high topic to chat about, myself and Demetrius. And, you know, I think, as it says, you know, just he's the champion. He hasn't been beat yet. I need to do something special to get in there and beat him. But I believe I have that something special in me to beat him. 100%.
Look, not going to take any more of your time up, but actually one more question. FEILE Festival here. How amazing would it be to perform or to even headline the FEILE Festival? Talk to me about just the type of the atmosphere we have here. It's amazing, especially as we're starting to get now towards the back end, and we're going to go now because Tyrone McKenna's on. But what an atmosphere. How amazing would it be for you to headline or fight on this show?
Yeah, you know, the Belfast fans are special fans. I know, you know, there's a long history there in professional boxing. Yeah. It's unbelievable, you know, the history that it's steeped in. And the fans are amazing up here. The atmosphere is amazing up here. I would love, of course, to fight on a card up here, but McCool Park in Ballybuffet,
yeah,
that's where I want it to happen. That's where I want to.
I stand corrected. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Of course, you know, I wouldn't turn an opportunity down like that up here, but you know, McCool Park and Donegal would be amazing.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Well, look, you go over, take the title off Demetrius, and bring it back to Ballybuffet. Jason Quigley, thank you so much.
Thanks for your time.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.